Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Virginia Department of Corrections, Red Onion State Prison. To accept this call, press 0.
This is Randall Via, a.k.a. Red Onion Randy. I'm currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder and armed robbery. Now, and finally, at a level 3, Buckingham Correctional Center. Stone's throw from where I grew up. If you have any questions or comments or want to leave a message or whatever, I've got a voicemail line. That number is 1-888-524-1932. You can also visit my website, which is new and improved and got different features and whatnot, at www.redonionrandy.com. I hope you do. Let's get started with the podcast. Well, as people heard from the last episode, I've finally been transferred. I'm no longer in the mountains. I'm no longer in the western region. I'm no longer around jackass COs. Well, I'm still around one jackass CO. I will leave his name unsaid, but me and him, we're definitely going to have a conversation in the next day or two, because yeah, he's a very, very rude sumbitch, and you're not going to disrespect me. But outside of that, you know, it's been smooth sailing here at the new prison, Buckingham Correctional Center in Buckingham County in Virginia, and my God, I'm loving it. You know, it sucks. I still don't have my property. I've been here for a couple of weeks, and they still have not given me my property. And I actually had the unit manager this morning get on the radio and call down the property. I'm like, hey, has Via's property shown up yet? And, I mean, without hesitation, it wasn't a second to wait. She said, nope, not here yet. Even the unit manager looked at the radio. He said, what about the warehouse? Is it shown up to the warehouse yet? Nope, not yet. And he just looked at me, and he's like, man, there's nothing else I can do. I was like, all right, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. At least you tried. This is really getting on my nerves, because I'm in a single cell. You know, thankfully, you know, Rose Durbin in headquarters in Richmond, she called up here and she made sure that the warden and them honored my single cell status, put me in the single cell, and I'm in a single cell. I'm in a decent pod. You know, I wasn't exactly thrilled about being placed in the SAM pod, which is the Shared Allied Management pod. You know, in here you've got a mandatory group meeting with everybody in the pod on every Friday from 8 a.m. in the morning to about 8:30ish, give or take. Depends on how many people kind of talk and whatnot. You know, I'm all for therapy. I'm all for talking about your problems. But I have y'all as my therapist. You know, I don't really do group sessions too much, so I've been kind of just sitting in the back. You know, if I'm called on, I'll answer. I'll, you know, say my piece, but I'm going to keep it short, and I'm going to keep it sweet, and keep it moving so I can get outside, so I can go work out and lift weights, do my thing and whatnot. And but anyway, all right, so I get here, and, you know, it's the exact same buildings, it's the exact same layout, though up front it looks really, really nice. It's like the front part of the prison looks like a college campus. I mean, The grass is manicured. The sidewalks are, like, they're clean. Kind of like whitish almost. I'm talking, they got little bushes. They got the ground, like the grass cut away from the sidewalk a little bit with little bushes. They're putting down gravel. It looks like they're about to actually plant flowers and whatnot, though they haven't quite got to that part just yet. I mean, it's like the front of the prison looks fantastic. I mean, even on like the front part of the prison where we're at, not just the administration side like when you first drive up. I'm talking about actually inside the prison. When you get to the back, the rec yards and everything, when we go out, you got, it used to be one huge, gigantic rec yard. I'm talking, if you actually ran the circuit of the rec yard, it was probably, I'm going to probably say a mile and a half. You know, the circumference of it probably was about a mile and a half, if not maybe a little bit longer than that. But now they got A and B buildings segregated from C and D buildings. They got two fences about 5 feet apart running down the middle of the yard, cutting us in half. So if you really want to, when you come out for a rec, like I could easily just, when I come out, instead of walking through the back, I'll just walk out the front, walk down the boulevard, and then just walk into A and B building entryway and just walk out through the back door down onto the rec yard. And then when rec is over with, I can easily come back. You have some people that do it, but it's not a lot, because at the end of the day, the overwhelming majority of this prison population is white. I've never been around so many white dudes in prison in my life. Like, I was shocked when I got here, because I'm used to being not just the only white guy in the pod for the most part, but hell, I mean, there were times I was one of the only white guys, if not the only white guy on an entire prison compound, especially back in the day. You know, it's changed a lot since then. You know, my last maybe 5 or 6 years, like, I've really been running across a lot of white dudes in the Virginia DOC. I'm not used to that. But even of that, you know, white, black, Spanish, it don't matter. The majority of the prison population here is also, I would probably say, 60 years or older. Like, it genuinely looks like a damn Florida prison retirement home. You know, I mean, it's all that stuff about, you know, the people up at Wallens Ridge and Keene Mountain, you know, the last 2 or 3 years telling me, hey, man, Buckingham's wide open, man. Like, the gangs there are out of control. There's not enough staff, so, man, they're just running wild down there, man. Them youngins, they running up in cells, they banking dudes, they stabbing dudes, man, robbing. Like, it don't give a down there. I come down here expecting, like, all right, you know what? You might have to come out of retirement. You know, I just slide up in the cell and, you know, see if old Randy still got it. I come down here and I'm in that mindset, like, you know, all right, I'm about to get tested. You know, it's been a long time since you know, since I've been on Lowlands. It's been a long time since I've been out of action. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm literally sitting in the pod on the phone with my jeans rolled up to my knees and a pair of damn shower shoes on. That's how comfortable I am here. That's how sweet this prison is. Like, it is, the food, oh, the food is good. Like, I mean, genuinely good. Like, I have not missed a single tray. Since I've been here, we only actually had one bad tray, and I ate most of the tray. I couldn't eat the main dish, and it was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. How in the world do you up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Two of the greatest flavor combinations God in His almighty wisdom ever created. I mean, He did mankind a favor. He gave us the death of His Son, Jesus Christ, and He created peanut butter and grape jelly sandwiches. Like, if that doesn't prove He loves us, nothing ever will. And the Virginia Department of Corrections found a way to fuck it up. Like, I sat there at that table in the chow hall. I almost started crying. That is not an exaggeration. I genuinely got emotional and upset that they up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Instead of putting the peanut butter in one slot, the jelly beside it, the bread, and then, you know, your dessert and your vegetable or whatnot, they did something like, I guess they melted the peanut butter and the jelly down, they put it together, they somehow stirred it up together, and it, even that, you would think, like, okay, like, that's, you know, it is what it is. I mean, at least you're going to get jelly all over. I don't know why it does. I don't know what else they put in it. They f***ed it up. So heartbroken, so disappointed. So I had to come back and, you know, thankfully I did have a suit that I'd gotten from somebody. I had to go because I still don't have my property. You know, it took a while for my money to get here. But thankfully, my buddy Sinclair in Brisbane, Australia, and my buddy Matthew in Fort Worth, Texas, they stepped up and actually sent me a little bit of money. You know, so I got my first commissary order today, but I had to go and get a toothbrush. I had to get toothpaste, deodorant, you know, and I got a couple of soups just in case. But it's been so much better. Like, this is the best prison. Like, this prison now is better than it was when I was here in 2000. 2000 was actually turned up a little bit, and, you know, because, hell, I was turned up a little bit back then. It is freaking sweet. I came here, you know, I had to go to orientation a couple of days after I got here. I went over there, had to sign paperwork. I had to, you know, sign my emergency contact and all of that stuff. And, you know, I filled that paperwork out and everything. And when it was in there talking about it, you know, they was actually saying, like, look, it is extremely difficult to get a charge here. They said, look, you know, like, the staff, they have in place a verbal resolution. You know, so if the staff pull up on you and say, hey, look, you know, you don't have to cuss them, you don't have to disrespect them or whatever. Just sit there and have a conversation with them. Like, they will genuinely try to not write a charge. Like, you really have to to get a charge on this compound. Like, you really have to step out of line, you know, to make them write a charge. It's, you know, so they was telling us stuff like that, and then they was talking about they got this new program here with in conjunction with the Darden Business School in UVA, or the University of Virginia, in my hometown, Charlottesville, Virginia. So I sent a request form to the DCE principal here, Miss Tully, and she sent me an application back. I already filled that out, put it back in the mail, you know, so it's a free 1.5 college course credit, and yeah, I'm hopefully I get accepted and approved for that, you know, so I can learn a little bit about business, you know, with the podcast, you know, growing slowly but growing. You know, the books that I'm writing and so on and so forth, you know, some ideas that I have and we're kind of playing around with. You know, I figured it would behoove me to actually learn about business a little bit more than what, you know, I currently have. it's been like it is good here. Like it is genuinely good here. I'm pissed off at property. It should not have taken so long. You know, I mean, she didn't even freaking like it immediately answered. Like she didn't even take 30 seconds to just sit there and look at her watch and be like, "No, I just checked. It's still not here yet. Sorry. We'll get it as soon as it gets here." Didn't even do that. Sorry, that is a bone of contention with me because I'm sitting in a cell by myself with nothing to do. I don't have my tablet. I don't have my Bible. I don't have my studies. I don't have my books. I don't have anything to do. I'm just sitting there. And that's one thing. I made a decision. At Red Onion, everybody knew me. At Wallens Ridge, everybody knew me. At Keene Mountain, everybody knew me. I don't want to be popular here. I don't want everybody knowing me. As a matter of fact, I only want a small handful of people to know me. So I have been riding the cell. I'm not in the pod, you know, talking, getting to know guys. I don't want friends here. I'm done with that. Like, my wife just paid $3,500 to James Dillingham to help me file for a pardon. I'm not doing anything to mess this up. As a matter of fact, I'm going out of my way to not mess it up. I'm going out of my way to do everything I possibly can. You know, the business course. I'm going to sign up for a couple of other programs. I'm not sure if I'm going to apply for a job or not. I don't know yet. You know, the Keene Mountain, I could not get a job. I created the job that actually saves the Virginia Department of Corrections damn near $1 million. And they just ignored it. Even though the Department of Corrections is only supposed to get 15% of taxpayers' money for a fiscal year, they're actually getting 39.9% of the fiscal budget because they're so over budgeted, it's ridiculous. I mean, DOC is damn near bankrupting the state of Virginia. They're just spending way too much money. So, I don't know. I couldn't get a job there. I couldn't get a job at Wallens Ridge. Even though I've been 19 years charge-free. I don't know if I'm going to apply for it here or not, but it is. If I don't, that's okay. The good thing is, you know, even though a couple of my friends, you know, times have just gotten so tight and so tough for people on the streets that, you know, a couple of my friends had to write me and tell me, like, hey, look, you know, dude, we're so sorry. Please forgive us. We can no longer help you, man. I'm like, dude, hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Thank you for holding me down as long as you did. Like, y'all blessed me. Believe me, y'all blessed me. So the good thing is, like, the food here is so good that I can eat the trays. I don't need to order commissary for every single meal, every single day, like I had to do for the last 8 to 9 months at Keene Mountain. The cells are nice here. I've got oh my God, I almost forgot. I have an actual porcelain toilet. And yes, I did have a porcelain toilet at Keene Mountain, but
you have 1 minute remaining.
The porcelain toilet here actually has a legitimate real toilet seat that you can lift up and down. It is, it's nice. And I haven't got to paint yet, but I'm in the process of getting paint. I can actually paint myself. And if I want to go and buy, like, different color paint off a commissary, I can, and I can actually paint myself whatever I want. It does not matter. I can draw designs on the wall in my cell, and they're totally cool with it. But anyway, there's more. You will definitely be hearing more about Buckingham and the way it's being run, and just how much I'm loving it here, even though I don't have my property. Y'all take care. Stay safe out there. All right, that's all the time we have for now. I appreciate you listening to me more than you'll probably ever know. I just want to let you know, don't forget to check out my website, RedOnionRandy.com. And for those of you who want to hear more, or you want to listen to the episodes commercial free, or hear me and my editor discuss a little bit further into the episodes, please go to Patreon, join me, support me. It's only $5 a month. And just a reminder, I have a cookbook out. You're going to eat that. You can find it on our website, or Amazon Kindle, or Amazon Print.
Thank you for using GTL.